Hi friends, I'm John Prakash. I've been in the industry for more than 10 years. I have real time experience of 10 years, and I'm currently working as a cloud support engineer. And my daily routine is to monitor the client servers remotely, around 2000 Linux servers and around 500 Windows servers. The main motto of this video is to give demonstration about the Puppet and Ansible. I've been working with this Puppet and Ansible for since a long time, and I have a good experience working with these automation tools. Before understanding what is an Puppet and Ansible, let's talk about what is automation. And for my convenience and your convenience, I have prepared one small PPT for you. Let me open that. And yeah, this is the Puppet introduction. And before going for the introduction part, even before going to the introduction about the Puppet, I just wanted to know like uh, for whom the this demo is provided for, who can use this, and for which kind of domain it is useful for. I suppose I'm anyone with good experience of as even anyone who wanted to start their career as an administrator, or those who are already working as an administrator of Linux, either Linux, Windows, or any cloud administration. It is most use. It is I think it is most related to the kind of people who are looking for to improve their skills into the in depth into the administration part. uh, yeah Puppet, there are different types of automation tools. Let me first explain you what is automation. Automation, I can put it in the words like in a sentence like Puppet, like automation is something kind which whatever the task which are doing repeatedly over and over time, as an administrator or a developer doing the things repetitively, we make it into a syntax, or we make it into a code in general scenarios. In general terms, we make it in a script. We make a shell script or bash script, or we can also sometimes use Python scripting for doing things, and put it in some cron tab, so that it runs at particular time amount of time. It runs at particular time which we have defined in the cron tab. And the automation, the things which are doing repetitively, are automated without our interference. Once it is entered into the cron tab, it will like it will do the job by itself, and without the human interaction. We make the small script, and as we need it. For example, let us say, suppose there are some HTTP logs, or web server logs, which are stored and which is filling up our system hard disk at frequently. So every time, suppose say there is some monitoring tool in our organization, like Nginx, monitoring tool like Nagios, Zabbix, New Relic, any monitoring tool which is monitoring the application or the servers remotely. And as soon as it throws an alert saying that, hey, your disk space is filled. And every time I have to, as an administrator or developer who is handling that particular server, every time goes into the server, and goes to the checks which part of the disk is consuming more, and he confirms that it is from the web server application logs or web server logs, and he moves from he clears the disk space, and by deleting the logs or moving to the archive server. But doing it repetitively is an hectic work, and it requires 24 hours monitoring or 24 by 7 support, which is of no use. To avoid those kind of scenarios, we sometimes put it into a cron job, so that every time the cron job runs at particular time, whenever the organization will stop working at the time, mostly in the night times, we run the cron job, so that the those logs are moved automatically without our human interaction and without logging into a particular server. It is easy, it is okay for doing cron job or a shell script for some for if there are only 1 2 3, or suppose it is okay even if the servers, even if it is okay even to manage 10 to 12 20 servers. But what if suppose think your organization is growing on is growing anonymously hugely, and the number of servers are increasing day by day, and increasing day by day, and you have 2000 or 5000 servers to manage, and going and creating a cron job each and every server is a big hectic time. Okay, that is one scenario. Or moving the moving the cron tabs, doing the by running the cron tabs and deleting the logs. Okay, that is okay for for the logs removal. But what if there are some installation, like suppose there is a installation, like a web server installation from Nginx to HD Apache server. Before it was running Nginx, now I want to now the requirement was moved to install Apache. Suppose say if there are 1000, as we assumed, 5000 servers previously, it is not possible, it is possible, but it is taking a huge amount of time, and we have to stop the server at particular time, so that our the installations get affected, and it requires some delay in the process. Without the delay in the process, it is impossible to install some packages. And if there are 10 to 20 servers, it is okay. But imagine there are 5000 servers, and you have to install some packages, and it is more and more and more hectic time taking, and it is more repetitive job, I can say. Repetitive job, same job the administrator do, and administrators have to do in all the servers, and it is it is for thinking, it is not a considerable job, or it is waste of time, as well as a waste of, it is not very useful to my career also. And suppose say if there are automations and there are updates, I have to add the patches to the 5000 servers. It is impossible. And suppose there are okay, there are deployments, there suppose that there are out of 5000 servers, there are only 1000 servers of production, and and the developers have developed the code, and now my job is to deploy the developed code into the server, deploy the applications developed by the developers, and into the production server. Oh man, deploying in 1000 servers at particular time is very time taking, and it impacts the production, and it impacts the organization, and procedure takes a huge amount of time, and if there are any deadlines, we cannot meet the deadlines, and we have to extend the time, which is also a client regressive manner, and we make the clients who given the job, we make them irritated. To avoid all those things, very interesting topic automation have come into the picture, which is just say Puppet, Ansible, Chef, Jenkins, Git. All these DevOps tools have come into the picture, making the administrator's life very easy. And it is once you write the code, and it is in whether it is 5,000 servers or whether it is 50,000 servers, you are managing at a single place and at a time without production delay and without impacting any of the production issues, and the job is done in 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the packages, or depending on the deployments time. And it sounds very good to me, and I found very interesting, and I just wanted to learn it, and I have done it, and I have implemented in my own organization, which gave me a huge dependency, and the company has appreciated me a lot by adopting this Puppet, and they are now using anonymously, and all our jobs are made easy. Yeah, that is good. And we'll see now, that is just a small example what Puppet does, and there is more lot to know about Puppet, how the Puppet is handling 1000 to 5,000 to 50,000 servers, and at a single place with one sample script. And as the class goes by, you feel very interesting. Just relax and watch the video, and you'll be very interesting. And this is the time to switch your career to the DevOps tools like this Puppet, Ansible, and Chef. Anything, there all these are development DevOps tools, but depending on the organization, depending on the size of the organization, utilities varies. So this Puppet, each company or each organization will be adopting different DevOps tools like Puppet, Chef, Ansible, Salt, and various DevOps tools. And before this Puppet and Ansible, there were previous automation continuous configuration management tools like CF engine. To my words, I can say it is a CF engine, which is it was only the level 3 and level 4 guys were come into the picture and install CF engine and make the things automated. You can understand what the level 3 and level 4 means. They work, and they make the they come into the picture where it is where the job is very complex and very huge. And for installing Puppet, even the L1 guy and L2 guy can implement, and they can come up with more advantageous things than a CF engine. And the CF engine is now outdated, and the current market is utilizing Puppet, Chef, Ansible, Git, Salt, and these are the things nowadays which are presented. And you say, I know these DevOps tools, and you are a good hot cake to the organization, and you can easily switch your career and get your salaries boosted to the double or triple salaries what you're getting now. Okay, shut the crap. Now I just wanted to show you how it works. And okay, this is my first slide. I've created just few slides. Let me see how many slides I've created. Oh man, there are only 10 slides, and yeah, I'll show you in brief. And there are even I'll show you in a practical way also. And at the end I'll be listing you what are the utilizations, what are the things, extra things will be taught in this class, taught in this course of time of this puppet enhanceable courses, and we'll see, we'll get to know how it is more useful, whether it is useful for you, the listeners, or not. Okay, don't forget to like appreciate if your if this works is if this if my work impress you. Okay, like start. Puppet introduction. What is Puppet? Puppet Enterprise is IT automation software that gives system administrator, yeah, as I've told you, it gives a more power to the administrator and gives and makes easy automate respective of the tasks, and it makes a very quick deployment and critical applications. Even if the application is very critical, you can deploy it in 50,000 servers at very quick time, and you cannot we cannot measure the complexity of the task, but it is once it is tested and tested in one server, it is almost there in all the servers, and proactively manages the infrastructure, whether it is on on premises or whether it is in the cloud. Even if it is there in the cloud, you can manage these your servers in the cloud or or on premises. Like Puppet is an server client architecture where server is there is only one master, and there are all the remaining servers or clients. Suppose say there is one puppet master, and here I've just shown you shown you with the three clients, and this is one of the SVN. SVN is nothing but I mean storage repository, and if it is whether it is from the nowadays the version control it is using as Git, whether the source might be from you can write your Puppet code in the you can get it from the SVNs or Git from the anywhere of the from the storage repository from the client from the repository site, and you can or else you can just write it on the Puppet server itself, and once the code is there ready, tested, and it is I mean the three clients are there, and they are interlinked, they are connected, they are connected, and there is a connection process which is happening at the which how the connection process is going on. I'll explain you in a few moments in the next slides, and just remember that Puppet is a server client or server agent architecture. And moving on to the next slide, what are the uses you are getting, and why to use the Puppet. And it makes the installation, configurations, updates, patches, automation, server deployments, and application deployments very easy, and the complexity might be of any scale, but it is just click from your Puppet master, and you can attach any number of any number of clients, as I shown you in the first slide. You can attach any number of clients or agents. You can attach 50,000, you can attach 1 lakh server, 1 lakh clients to the Puppet master, and you can automate the things from, you can manage the infrastructure clients, whether it might be patches, whether it might be installations, whether it might be deployments into all these into all these clients. It is only all these are managed from one place, and the one file which is there in the Puppet master. Moving on to the next slide, yeah. It before it is a current trend, and it is automation implemented. This is the current market, and what if the automation is implemented? Our let me zoom in for you. Yeah, test coverage and quality. You can even test the you can even test the code you have written in the Puppet Master, and test you can that before automation was implemented, the rate was very high, and now after the implementation, the man our test coverage and quality is reduced, and it is made easy, and cost and time to the deliver is very high. And now if you implement this puppet if you implement this automation tools, it is the completely it takes the downtime. You are reduced in time, and you are reducing the cost of the organization, and you are giving more valuable time to the organization, which makes your job valuable to the organization. And you say it is you can say your company is depending on you. And by implementing the automation, you are reducing the time and the cost, and you are improving the test coverage and the quality. You are improving it very quality and test coverage to the optimistic level, I can say that. Okay, next, moving on to the next slide. What is Puppet? It is a brief description. I was telling you, just giving an example. Now, if I read out this, Puppet is a configuration management system, and allows you to define and manage the state of the IT infrastructure, such as servers and applications. It is this line just says that Puppet Master will have the complete information of the servers or the clients or the agents uh, which are connected with the master. Master will have all the information of the agents, and it stores the current status, it stores the current information and current status of the agent, and it manages the and depending on the current status, and depending on the code you have written in the Puppet Master, like these both are interlinked, and it always make the agents or the clients to synchronize with the Puppet Master, and automatically enforces the correct state. You say if you want Apache or Nginx Apache web server to be installed in all the 50,000 servers. Yeah, you want to ensure that all the 50,000 servers are having the Apache installed. But as the Puppet Master already knows the status of the current status of the agents, if the one of the agent is not having the Apache to be installed, but it ensures that it communicates with all the agents at particular time, at particular interval, and ensures that it is there at the correct state as you described in the Puppet Master. However, whatever the state you want it to be, and you decide, that status will be reached with the Puppet Master, as it checks the status periodically, and ensures that the agent will be there at the desired status of the master. And it is written in the Ruby, and launched by Puppet Labs, and it is in 2005, and designed to be easier configuration and useful than the CF engine. As I already told you the information about CF engine, it is more advantageous, and it comes with advanced features of CF engine, and it makes the life easier. And there are two levels of Puppet. There is one Puppet, and the second one is Puppet Enterprise. Puppet, first let us discuss about the Puppet. Puppet is a free open source version, and you can get the free open source. As it is open source, it is available in the different available sites, and puppet slides sites, and you can just download this puppet from particular puppet providers from the puppet labs, and describes the machine configuration in easy to read declarative languages and a binary system into desired state and keep them there. It is the one which I was telling you about, and it describes the machine configurations, machine configurations. Here machine configurations is nothing but the current status of the agents. It describes, it's nothing but it has the complete information of the agents which are attached to the master, and it I mean easy to read, and it uses the declarative language. I will clearly explain you what is declarative language in the next few minutes, and just know I mean just to give an introduction about what is declarative. It just say it declarative means it is by commanding or demanding that the agent should be there at the present state. I want this. You can say that the agent should be there at this particular status, or at this particular configurations. I want this configurations to be there in the particular agent, and you can say it very declaratively, very authoritatively, very commandingly with the help of puppet. And you can bring the agents to the level of your as you desired your as you desire. And what is Puppet Enterprise? Puppet Enterprise is commercial version. It is not open source, but rather it provides it gives up to 10 nodes. Here nodes is nothing but the agents or the clients, and you can they are providing giving free for 10 nodes, and it is very cost efficient. You can $100 per machines per year. It is quite if you are using, if you are at the good organization, renounced organization, they might be using Puppet, and they will be using Puppet Enterprise because they give full support to the servers or agents nodes you are attaching to the which is attached to the Puppet master. And combining with the Puppet, it gives a web console which so that you can manage very easily with the user interface. We are, as a human beings, we are very habituated to use graphical, even then even otherwise the humans remembers or get attracted to the whatever he sees. Even he memorizes whichever he sees with his own eyes. And this Puppet Enterprise will give the user with the graphical interface, and you can log into the console, and you can manage with the graphical user interface, and you can control your infrastructure, which makes orchestration very helpful, very easy. Orchestration is nothing but automating, and cloud provisioning tools, professional support. You also get the professional support if there are no workers for employees for Puppet. You can just go with the Puppet Enterprise, and you can get the full support from the professionals by the Puppet lab itself. Okay. Puppet architecture. Let me give a small introduction about how the Puppet architecture looks like. This is the Puppet master. As you can see, I drew this just for your convenience. Just don't bother. It is not the exact thing it looks like, but it is just a architecture brief introduction. And suppose say this entire thing is the puppet master. The whole circle represents as a puppet master, and there are a host. Let me give you a small example. Let me explain you very clearly what is host, what is there is only one puppet master, and all other servers, clients, let me say the different names of the host and different names of the agents. We can call agents, we can call clients, we can call hosts, and also we can call as nodes. Okay, don't just when I will be randomly using these names in this demo, and don't confuse between the agent, clients, host, and nodes. All these represents the same. All these are servers which are connected to the master, and these are the synonyms of the client which are attached to the master. Okay, there is one master, and I have attached three hosts: host 1, host 2, host 3. As soon as I attached, these are also called as puppet agents. And did I mention the agents? Yeah, first name is agents. Yeah, these are also called as puppet agents, and this is the whole structure of the server and clients are working together. As soon as I attach I integrate, attach is not the word, integration. As soon as I integrate one of the puppets server to the master, it the first step of the puppet server is like it stores the current status of the information. What is the current state? What is the current state of the web server? What is the current state of the DB server? What is the current state of the application server? What are the applications are running? What are the how many hosts are running? How many server? All this information is stored in the puppet master as soon as you connect or integrate any of the host. And this integration and the communication between the host or the agent and the client and the server are done with the safe secure shell, which is an SSL connection, and there is a key based authentication, and there is a self signed certificate for the puppet master, and we have to sign the puppet master should sign the certificates of all the clients which are going to be attached to the puppet master. And secure as soon as the puppet master signs the certificate given by the agent, then they both are connected securely, and the information is passed information is passed internally, and when compared with the security, it is more secure, as there is a signing request and there is a self-signed certificate, and it is more secure. And this is the puppet model. And what now let me explain you what is a which OS operating system can have the puppet master, and which operating system can perform as the puppet agent. As clearly given you the sample picture, the puppet master will be supported only by the Linux boxes, whether it might be Ubuntu, whether it might be CentOS, whether it might be SUSE. All these Linux versions, only the Linux operating system will support, can be integrated with the puppet master, can act as the puppet master. And when talking about the agent, we can connect or integrate any kind of operating system to the master. like window, we can integrate a Windows machine as an agent to the master, and we can also connect Linux server as an agent to the master, and we can also connect Unix, and we can also connect any of the operating system can work as an agent, but only the Linux box will work as a master. So that it is more secure, and it is operate when this Linux is free of external viruses, and that is the that is the place, that is the concept behind using the Linux boxes. And you are, it is not polluted, and it does not get affected with the virus. And yeah, agents can be any operating system, but Linux will be Linux box master should be yeah, must be installed in only Linux box. And you can manage any other operating system as an agent. Okay. um, to give, how the Linux box is uh, communicating. We also know that it is communicating with the SSL communication, and there is a port based communication, which is an SSL 8140 will be acting as an acting as a like port for communication, internal communication with the server and master and the agents. And these are the interview questions. Which port is communicating is used for the communication between the master and the agent. You can just simply say 8140. And what are the agents, which type of agents can be attached to the master. We can just blindly say any type of OS, Windows, Linux, SUSE, anything. Or even in the, you can also manage these in the cloud environment. And there is two types of communication. We know that there is a communication which is happening in the port 8140. And now what are the types of communication? There are two types of communications which are present, which I'll be showing you now. This is the two types of architecture which I've just given the sample examples. And there is two processes, like server calls the client. Let me show you this together. The server is calling the clients, master is calling the clients, whereas in other structure, client is calling the server. These clients will be calling the server. When the clients say that clients asks let me tell you about briefly. There are push and pull. If server calls the client, it is push model, and if the client calls the server, it is pull model. like if the master or the server calls the client, it is push model. It is push model. And servers goes to the, in this model, server goes to the client in the periodical intervals, and checks the current status, and if there are any modifications or change in the code, and in the server, server goes to the clients and affects the changes immediately, and there will be immediate remote executions. And this push model will be used in the Salt. There are automation tools like Salt and Ansible. We'll also see what is Ansible in this course, not in detail, but just a brief introduction. And coming to pull, client calls the server. Client, which is the agents will talk to the master. Agents asks the master, saying that, do you have any updated versions or updated status written to you? It will ask a question to the master. Do you have any modified files? Do I need to change any of my current status? Do I need to delete, or do I need to upgrade any of the systems? It will Agent will ask the master. If the master says yes, you have to delete some files, or you have to delete, or you have to install any of the new packages, then automatically client agent will get that modified. It will get the configurations from the master, and it will immediately get the effects, and it will adjust according to the master configurations, which is written in the master configurations. This is agent is asking the master, it is pulled, and if the master is pushing the code, then it is a push model. Agent is asking the master. This type of communication is mostly used in the Puppet, Chef and Salt, whereas okay. And this communication, Puppet uses this pull configuration. Agents will call the client, agents will call the master, agents will get the modifications from the master, and in 4 steps, like fact 1. Fact 1, collections. Step 1, it is collections. The Puppet agents on each node sends the facts about the node configurations, detailing the hardware, operating system, package versions, and other information to the Puppet master. First of all, the agent, as we seen, we already confirmed that Puppet is using the pull communication method. Now Puppet agent will send the information to the client, to the master, saying that this is my current status, this is my hardware, this is my operating system, this is my package versions which are at the present, and these are my configurations. Then the second step, catalog compilation. Here the Puppet master will store the information. The Puppet master uses the facts. These are the facts, and the Puppet master will save those facts provided by the agent to compile detailed data about how each node should be configured, called the catalog. In the catalog, we as an administrator will, if there are, we write the code saying that this the agent should be there should be present in this status, and if the both the current status and the catalog is at the same level, and they are both synchronizing, there will be no effects. If there are any changes, and if there is a version upgradation, if suppose say let us talk about a Git. Git is currently the current version of the Git, say agent is having 3.1 version, and agent will send the information to the master, saying that I have 3.1 version of Git. Now in the catalog, the administrator described like the catalog. In this catalog, he has written the code like the Git in the nodes should be there at the 4.1 version. If there is the same version mentioning in the catalog, there will be no changes. If there is a difference in the catalog to the present version of the facts, then the agent will take those configurations and make the node to be present at the status where the master catalog is described. In the enforcement, the agent makes it, that is the third step. In the third step, the agent makes any needed changes to enforce the node's desired state. The desired state is nothing but the catalog. In the catalog, we tell the masters that all the nodes which are connected to you should be there with the Git version 4.1. Then if there are 50,000 servers or 1,00,000 servers which are there at the different versions, if I mention the desired status like 4.1 should be there, if I mention in the catalog, then all the 50,000 servers, 1 lakh servers will have the 4.1 version. That is the most. Here we are not going to each and every server, we are not going to log into each and every server, and we are not changing the current version of the Git from 3.1 to 4.1, which is time consuming. Once we log into the master and we change the catalog to the 4.1, and all the 50,000 or 1 lakh server will get those modified versions, and the master will push, if there are if the agent is not getting the configurations, we can also push, by force we can force the agents to be there the desired status. Fourth step, reporting and sharing. Like if there are any changes, each time the agent talks to the master, each time whenever the agent talks to the master, the information is stored in the master. The changes, the reports are stored in the master, indicating that there are changes in this node. In the node 1, the Git from 2.1 to the previous version is 2.1 and the current version is 4.1, which is mentioned in the catalog. In the node 2, the previous version was 3.1 and the current version is 4.1. All those node information, the changes in the node, all those are sent to the master, and it stores gets the information and stores the reports in the master, and we can share these reports to any of the third party tools, and we can have the clear log information, clear log information, which is helpful at the later part. We can know what was the previous, if suddenly we want to know the previous version of the Git in some particular node, 4500 node, like we cannot go to the we cannot go and log into the 44,500th node and know the previous status. We can just get the information from the master itself. That is the most important and useful information provided by the master and the client architecture. Okay, let us see the water. Where are we mentioning the? I have told you that this is the. Sorry, my system is quite slow because I am running from a long time. Okay, I have told you that we are mentioning our desired state in the catalog. What is catalog? How we are getting the, how are we managing the catalog? Like all these are mentioned in the Puppet objects. In the Puppet objects, we have different stages like resources, classes, manifests, modules, Puppet Forge, and Git. There are different stages where we can mention our catalog, which is nothing but our desired state. We can either mention in the mention in the manifest, we can mention in the Puppet modules. Let us see what is resource and all these steps one by one. First comes the resource part. What is resource? In the resource, we are not mentioning, we are managing. We are managing the users, we are managing the files, we are managing the packages, we are managing the services, and so forth and so on. Okay, what are the users? Why do we need to manage the user? Suppose say there are new employee has joined in the new developer has joined in the company, in the organization, and we have to give login permissions for the user. We have to give one computer to the user, new employee, and we have to give privileges to that developer or the administrator to the servers he need to work on. We are not directly logging into, if the new employee needs, if we want to give the new employee access of to 50 servers. We are not each time to create the server. This is the, to create the user, this is the default method how we create. Suppose say there was a new employee called as like Tommy. This is the new employee. He is the new employee, and there are 50,000, like not 50,000. There are 50 servers. On 50 servers, this Tommy employee should be there to give. We have to give access for 50, 50 servers. Each time we have to, in the previous model, if the puppet is not utilizing the previous model, in the previous days, we were using, like, we were each time logging into each server and creating the new user, user add Tommy. This is how we add the user to the server, and we give password for him, password Tommy. We give the password like Tommy, and for the confirmation Tommy, and the password we have successfully given the we have created the Tommy, and we have given password for him, and he can now log into this server. And every time we cannot go and log into each 50 servers, and we cannot directly create Tommy and password, give the password in 50 servers. Okay, if it is okay to give even for 50 servers, but we cannot give it for 50,000 servers. We cannot give access for 50,000 servers at a time, even though it is compulsory to give access for Tommy. And then in that cases we are using the resources, in that cases we just define the user to be present. We can just write a code in the Puppet master, so that each and every server, whichever the server you want to give access for, though in that servers you just need to give the username and the password, and all the servers whichever you want to give the access, that is having the user Tommy, and with the login permissions with the password. Like the same way we can manage files, we can manage packages. We want, suppose the packages, and we can also have services. We want HTTP service should be there in 50,000 servers. You are just writing one simple one sample code, one simple code in the Puppet master, and which is nothing but catalog, and all the 50,000 servers which are attached to the master, they acquire, or they get the information of, they get the catalog, and they change the previous version. Even though if the service is not available previously, it will make sure that it will install that particular server which are mentioning in the catalog. All these are nothing but the catalogs. Now see what are the classes. The collection of all the resources, in one file we mention the username, and we give the packages, and we can also give all the collection of the server collection of the resources is called classes. And the manifests, it contains the configuration information with having suffix of .pp. I will show you what is .pp, and all the files which need to be having the configurations, those should be ending with the .pp file. And modules, collection of manifests, resources, classes, templates, all with all the combination of all these or called as modules. And what is Puppet Forge? For Puppet Forge is nothing but predefined modules which are created by the Puppet, like Puppet Labs, like in the code. Like this is the sample code which I have written. In the sample code, I say that this package SSH should be ensured, and it should be installed, and the service, and it should be installed. I can even write some other lines like package package Apache to be installed. Like this way I can manage my this is just nothing but the site.pp file, and we can have any name, but it should be ending with the .pp file. In this we can mention resources, we can mention manifest, we can mention modules. If I don't know how to write this code, the Puppet Forge, in the Puppet Forge, even I mean, it is not necessary should the all the administrators should be knowing the scripting languages like JSON, shell scripting, bash scripting, Python scripting. Even though if you are not familiar with the coding part, Puppet Forge Puppet Forge will give the configured or pre-written code for there are thousands and thousands of modules. You can find it in the Puppet Forge, and you can download it for free, and you can utilize it for your managing infrastructure. And yeah, this is the sample code, and let me explain you the practical thing. For the practical information, I have one Puppet master. I have attached two clients or agents to the Puppet master, and like I will show you. Those are those I have created two or three servers in the cloud AWS. Now, just for a demo purpose, I am showing you this. It is taking time because my system is slow. Let me pause it for some time. I will just come back. Okay, this is the AWS console which I was having, and as part of the course of Puppet and Ansible, even I'll be giving sessions on AWS to get familiar with the cloud, as the cloud is also most familiar, and all the companies and all the major organizations or even the startup companies are moving to the cloud, and it is important and very useful for all the administrator to be having the good knowledge on the cloud part also. I thought this will be more beneficial for the administrator who are not only the administrator who are taking the course. It will be more beneficial for them, and useful for them, and I do the things which are useful for the. I don't want to have to go any any student with dissatisfaction. I want full satisfaction and full acceptance from the uh, students who are attending the course. Okay, I have three servers running. One is master, and two are clients or agents, I can say. Okay, first let me connect to the master. These are the virtual machines which I have created in the cloud, AWS cloud. This is a uh, public DNS name. DNS is nothing but domain naming services. We have a public IP, public DNS, and a private DNS also. And okay, let me connect to that first. I will also be showing you how to use the Linux boxes, and you will be having good exposure to the Linux, even though if you are not familiar with it. And I will give full course on Linux, AWS, as well as the Puppet Ansible course which you are taking to. Don't worry about all this. I will be explaining you in detail in the further classes. This is the Puppet master. Let me keep it high aside just for your reference. This is the IP. Let me copy just the IP and note it down at one place. This is the master. Now let me connect to the agent 1. The naming convention just I given as master, puppet, master. P for puppet and M for master, and P for puppet and A for agent. This is a public DNS I have to connect with the local server. This is my local server. New terminal. This is my local server, and I have to connect to that. Just giving the password to get the root privileges. Once I get the root access, now I have to go to the place where the key is there, to connect the cloud. Here in this home Johnny downloads, my key is there, so that I changed my directory to this location, present working directory. Okay, SSH-I AWS. This is the key, and this is the user. This is the name, DNS name to connect. Even I can connect with the name, or I can connect with the IP, public IP. Yeah, I have successfully connected. Sudo -I for getting the root privileges. If the normal user, it is a dollar symbol, and if I get the root privileges, it is the hash symbol. This is the Puppet agent 1. Let me copy, and just for your reference, I'm just pasting over here. This is the agent 1. Let me also connect to the agent 2. Let me keep it over here. Okay, I'm now connecting to the agent 2. Sudo -I is just getting for the root privileges, and I have to change the directory as soon as I get the privileges where the key is there stored. In this location my key is stored. Don't worry, I'll be explaining you all the Linux commands briefly, and you'll be more proficient in using Linux once you have this course. SSH-I AWS is the key, and Ubuntu is the user, and this is the let us try with the IP now. We have previously connected with the name. Now let us connect with the IP. This is the IP. There are security groups, and there are image IAMs, image management and access management, everything are there. I'll be explaining you. And this is the Puppet agent or the client 2. Copy, paste it in the notepad. This is the practical demo. The how to install the Puppet master agent, everything will be discussed in the further classes, and I'm just showing you how it works. It is just a simple code which I'll be running over here, and you will be it is good enough to understand what is Puppet master and what is Puppet agent. Now clearly I have 3 servers over here. Okay, this is the Puppet master, as you have already know. 256, the one server which is ending with 256 is the master. 256, this is the master. 201 ending IP, this is the IP. The IP ending with 201, this is the agent 1, and the IP which is ending with 121 is the agent 2. This is the 121, and this is the agent 2. And let me first check Git version in this server. For checking the Git version, this is the command git -- version, and the current version of the Git is 2.7.4, and in the agent 2, the git -- version, it is 2.7.4. Git version is 2.7.4. Now I will delete it, remove. These are the Ubuntu systems, and for managing the packages in Ubuntu, this is apt-get is the package manager. Apt-get, remove git. Yes, I want to delete it. And now if I see the current git version, git -- version, it shows that the file or the directory does not exist. No such file or the directory. Here previously when I checked the Git version, it was showing Git version 2.7.4. Now when I check Git version after deleting, it is showing that no such file or directory. Like the same way, I will also delete in the agent 2. Apt get remove git. Yes, I want to delete it. Now if I check the git -- version, it is saying like there is no such file or directory. Now all the Puppet manifest, as I shown you in the slides, yeah, manifest. In this file we define the catalogs, and the file which are going to be created should be there in the it should be ending a suffix with the .pp file extension, and it is there in the manifest. In the same way, this is the master, this is the agent 1, and this is the agent 2. In these two there is no git, and once I will say that cd etc puppet manifest ls. There is one file called as site.pp. The name can be anything, but it should end with the suffix called .pp file. Then only the configurations will be get affected. Now let me see what is there in the site.pp file. In the site.pp file, I mentioned like these are the two nodes to be managed. If there are 50,000 nodes, I can mention whichever the node I want to change the configurations. I just selected like 201 is the IP of the agent 1, and 121 is the agent of agent 2. And for these two clients, I want git to be installed, and the package name is git, and I want to make sure that it should be installed. I am saving it. Now here I will go. The current status of the git in this agent 1 server is git -version. There is no such file or directory. The git is not running in this. Now if I see say puppet agent -t, it will pull the information from the master as I said. Okay, let me show you. As I told you what is pull, and puppet is pulling the request. Puppet agent is pulling the request from the master. Now it has the puppet agent has sent the current status. In the first section, the fact, the puppet agent has sent the current status to the master, and the second stage, puppet master has said that this is the master. Puppet master has said that there should be git installed. If there is no git is running already, like it will get the information from the master saying that there should be git. And now we'll see what is the git version right now. Git -version. Now the current status have changed because it has shown the current status to the master, and the master said your current status should be the git should be running, and the master has took that configurations, and it has changed the current it has changed the current status of the git from no such file or directory to the current version, and the git is running now. And let us check in the server agent 2. 121 is the agent 2, and if I see the git -version, current version, it is the current status. The current status is there is no git running in this. And when I send the current status information to the master by the command puppet agent -t to the master, it will get the information from the master, and it will change its current status to the status written in the catalog, or written set by the desired status of the master. If I check git -version, the git version is 2.7.4. now it is not telling us like there is no such file or directory. If I previously, when I checked git version, it is saying like there is no such file as directory. Now if I check after running the puppet agent -t, it is saying that git version is 2.7.4, which is my desired status, which is mentioned in the puppet master. Always the puppet agent will communicate with the puppet master and changes its status according to the master status, according to the status which is mentioned in the master. That is how the most that is the most useful thing, and where the administrator or the developer or the tester task will be done. And this is a small example. And if I see service nginx, the second example will be nginx status is running. And if I say if I stop the current status, service nginx stop, I have stopped the nginx service. Now if I check the status, it is not running. Directly I can go here and start the service, but if I write that code in the site.pp file, let me say nginx. Now if I tell my current status, this is the agent, if I tell my current status to the master, let me see what happens. Now if I check service nginx status, it is there at the current status, but like if I can, I just said that it should be installed. Now if I will just try to remove the nginx configurations. Apt get remove nginx. Yes, remove it completely. Service nginx status. And it is clearly saying that it is changed from purged. Purge is the the word purge means it is removed from the purged status to present state. Now it is saying that it is present because it has sent the current status to the master, and the master said nginx should be there, and from the purged status, removed status to the present status now. Now it is there. This is how this is how the Puppet client works, and this is the example which I wanted to give it to you. This is just a sample example, and we can always do the lot more big things with the Puppet master and the Puppet master client architecture. We can manage any packages, we can make deployments, we can make change configuration management consoles, and what are the topics will be covered in the next sessions. We will see how to quick start with the Windows installations, Windows agent, making Windows server as a agent to the master, how to manage the applications, how to manage users, how to manage nodes, what is the Puppet enterprise configurations, we can how to manage the code. We'll be covering all these topics, and in the first class, in the beginning of the class, for if beginning of the class, what is the admin who I mean, just to give the support, who can use it? Administrator can use it for career change. Those people who are looking for a career change, you can join this course, and for those who are going for the automation, those people can have this course. And small and enterprise level organizations, where they can adopt these puppets, and the freshers who are looking for the job, those also can have this puppet course, and be ready for the interviews and get job and crack the jobs with this course, puppet and Ansible course. And because I'm not just covering the puppet and Ansible, I'm also covering with the Linux topics and the AWS topics. And yeah, what next? We'll be installing the puppet, how to install puppet in the CentOS machine, or how to install the puppet master in the not only in CentOS and Ubuntu also, and configure puppet master, configure agents, and start with the puppet agent, and how to we'll see how to manage all the resources. And coming to Ansible now, the last slide, which I know you're already tired, and let me all people have patience. And the last slide is about the Ansible section. Ansible does the same thing as Puppet does, but there is a small difference in the configuration files and naming conventions, that's all. And Ansible uses push configurations, push methods to communicate between the server and the agent. And there is no server agent architecture over here, and you are not having the there is only one Ansible server, and you are not communicating, I mean, you are not particularly having the server node architecture. You are not giving the information of the nodes to the Ansible server. All these are established with the SSH connection protocol, and the communication happens through the SSH protocol, which is the port number 22. And it is compared to Puppet. It is not as secure as the Puppet, and it supports only Linux distributions. Ansible, Puppet have different. Any OS can work as an agent, but when coming to the Ansible, it should be only Linux distributions. It supports only Linux boxes, and it runs only on SSH protocol. And it is not secure, as it is secure but not as such as Puppet. And it is easy for small scale industries to manage a few hundred servers, not up to the thousands to 550,000 servers, because it is not more secure. And it doesn't have enterprise level support. It does not have enterprise level of support as Puppet does. And there are no supporters. And if you are messing up somewhere and our whole infrastructure of the organization messed up, there is no support from the outside, except from the employees who are working in the current organization. And we'll also be covering how to install and how we are managing Ansible servers and clients, and how to manage our infrastructure through the Ansible also. This is the demo which I wanted to give it to you. This is a short description. I have explained you, and in the coming classes I'll be going in depth to each and every topic, and it will be more precisely zoomed into you. And it will be, I can say that at the end of the course you'll be master, and you'll be at the level of intermediate level, and not as the beginners and not as the freshers to the development tools like Puppet and Ansible. You'll also be having good knowledge with the AWS, which is a cloud. And you'll also having a good knowledge on Linux as well as Windows, and how to even if you are not familiar with the Linux, but you are familiar with the Windows, you can be, with this course you'll be having good knowledge on Linux servers also, which is useful for your career. And which if you are looking for a career change, this is a time. And I can challenge you. You will be the best and you will be as a hot cake in the market for the companies if you say you are the the Puppet and the Ansible development DevOps tools. Thank you guys. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for listening to the course entirely. And I hope you enjoyed the class, and you'll be enjoying the class in the further classes also. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next class.